Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, good morning. We can hear.
Okay, up to now we have got 64 participants, as we had nearly 100 yesterday. Yeah, just waiting for another few minutes. While you are waiting, I believe you can go through the yesterday lab setup, and I believe that you have tried that one yesterday night maybe. So if you had any issues with the uh, configuration, uh, you can forward them to us so we can resolve that issues as well, so we can start the today's session. Because without having the underlying networking infrastructure that we created yesterday, it's somewhat difficult to continue. You will face difficulties of connecting the machines. So that's why so if you have any problem with the yesterday setup, and if you need any help from our side while others are joining, please mention them so we can help you to finalize the setup.
Good morning.
Yeah, we can hear you. Tell me.
Okay, yeah. So I have done the installation, but when I try to ping Google, it's not connecting. So I want to know, am I want to switch on all servers, or is there any settings I have to do?
Yeah, you have to first run the dynamics, and you have to run that network file, and at least you have to have the pfSense up. Okay, because that Windows XP machine is connecting through the pfSense firewall. So you have to switch on the pfSense firewall. Already done it, or it's pending?
No, I didn't switch on. I just had a doubt, like.
Okay. So I will go through the setup again briefly within another 2 or 3 minutes after all the others are also joined.
Okay.
So you can
is
find.
there any settings I have to do in the VirtualBox command settings? Like
command setting means, as I explained yesterday, if you have installed the latest version of the VirtualBox, and if you have imported the extension pack, that's enough. Okay. So extension pack need to be there, otherwise there may be some issues.
Okay, so the default connection is generic driver. So
yeah. Those things you don't need to change. The only thing is, now when you are switch on the pfSense, there is a one network card bridge to your local network, so you have to change that one only. Okay, so I will show you that one as well.
Okay.
Because the bridging interface, you have to select your own network card, because sometimes in the image we have uploaded, it has selected whatever the network card which we were using. So only that you have to change, but automatically it will be selected. But if you have any problem, I will show you that one as well.
Okay, thank you.
So Madhusank, is it possible to reduce the CPU utilized? Now it is 50. Yeah, that's why I told you, you don't want to switch on all the machines. Okay, so yesterday before I wind up the session, I told you, all of you don't need to switch on all the machine, because you have to download 7 VMs. So depending on the session that you are going to do, the instructor will guide you with the machines that you need to switch on. So if you switch on all the machines, this can happen. But depending on the session, we need few machines only. So as example, for today workshop, you need to have pfSense, Windows XP inside, and web server and the smoke server. Okay, only those things. Yeah, but if it is also taking so much of your CPU power, we can even shut down the web server as well, because here we are going to give you a guidance how to collect the measurement parameters. So because there are some routers inside our network and our pfSense is there, and even we can get measurement from the internet as well. So it is not mandatory to switch on all the devices. So depending on the resources that you are having, we can control that part. Okay, so while doing this one, while going through the workshop, I will instruct you, so you can keep track on your resource usage. But we have designed this workshop to run on maximum of 8 GB. So we have tested that one. So mm, I don't think it will become a huge issue. So depending on the experience that we're having, we will tune up according to the requirement. Okay. Still some people are in the waiting room, so we will add them as well. Okay, Samira also sent a message. So I will share my screen and I will open that message so everyone can see it. So if you all have got that the problem, we will try to resolve that one as well, because he has facing an issue. So I'm going to share the screen and I can show you the problem that he has got. So he has got an error like this. Okay, so here I believe everyone can see this one. So reading the configuration file, connecting. So this error is there. Okay, so I believe that this is rare issue. Uh, um, Everyone will not going to get this kind of error. But if you got this error, actually you have to do something. So you have to follow my instructions, because sometimes these UDP port channels may be in use in your system by some other resources or the some other applications. Because as you told me yesterday it's worked, but today it's not working. So some maybe they are already used. So the easiest way to resolve this issue, if you face this one, what you have to do is, you have to find this network file where you have put it. Okay, now normally I ask you to put this one on the C drive. So you can go there. Others don't want to do this one now. If your network is correctly working, don't touch it. Okay. Only people who are having this problem, please do this. Okay. So currently only one is facing this one. So I'm showing as a guidance for him. Okay, so you can go to the left files, and you can open this one with a notepad. You can find the issue is this line with this line. Okay, now here you can see connecting FAC1 FA01. So this is the line that it gives you the error. Okay, so that is the link that's connecting to the firewall. So what we have to do is, now because there's a conflicting issue here, uh, you can change this port number. Okay, now as example, now we have used up to 50,006 or 7. Also best way is to you change this one to 8, and here also change this one to 8. You have UDP port number. Okay, I believe you saw what I did. Okay, I just changed the last number. It was 1. I change it to 8 from here and here. Then you can save this one. Okay, you can save. And next thing you have to do is, because this link is connecting to the firewall, you have to go to the pfSense firewall in the VMware, and you can go to the machine, and you can go to the settings. Okay, the setting, you can see the network portion is there. So the adapter one need to be connecting to your local network. Okay, so make sure all of you have to bridge the adapter one of the pfSense to the your local network connection. Maybe it's a we are recommending you to use wired connection. If it is a wireless, also you have to select it from here. So the problem that Samira facing is with this UDP tunnel adapter 3. Okay, so this is where you got the error. Okay, so if I show you, this is the UDP tunnel that you have got the issue 5000 50001. Now you have changed this one here in the network file to 50008 and 40008. So you have to do the same change here. You just change the D port to 50008 and S port to 40008 and OK. So then again load the file, then your issue will be resolved. This is not a common problem. Few people, or maybe rarely, this problem happens due to the conflicting of port numbers. Samir, is it clear to you?
I had the same problem. Can you, if you don't mind, can you repeat it again?
Yeah,
So,
I will repeat it. Okay. So you have to go to the lab files. Okay, lab files, and you can find this net file. Right click on that one and open with the notepad. Okay, then the problem is with this line, because the port 50001 and 40001 is already used due to some problem in your host computer. Okay, so you have to change the port number. Okay, so what I'm asking you to change this one to 50008 and this one to 40008 and save from here and go to the firewall, because this is the link that connected to the firewall. Okay, then go to the firewall, machine, settings, from the network section of the pfSense firewall, you have to select the adapter 3. Adapter 1 need to be connected to your local network. Local network LAN interface name should be here. Adapter 2 don't change. You have to go to the adapter 3 and go to the advanced and reflect the change that you have done here. This one need to be 50008. This one also need to be 40008. Okay, just changing two numbers you have to do. Don't do anything else, and okay. Then you can close this notepad file. And you can run the Dynamics server again, and you can run the network file again. So then this error may not be there. Okay.
Sir, excuse me, can you repeat, please?
Yeah. So do you already have you opened this file?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this line FA01, which is connected to the firewall, need to be changed. So change this for 50,001 to 8. This one replace with 8. This 40,001 change with 8 and save the file. Okay. Then go to the pfSense firewall and go to the machine and settings and network section, adapter 3, advanced, and reflect the change. So here also do the same thing. Replace the number 1 with the 8. D port 50,008, source port 40,008. Then OK.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Then run the Dynamics again and net file again. Then most probably it will work. Okay. So I hope most of you have loaded the network. Okay. Uh, okay, so this issue, as I told you, this issue I was already addressed. Okay, so you when you open for the first time, sometimes it will not loaded. So I asked you to close this and you can load this again and it will work. Okay, last yesterday evening, I have already instruct you how to get rid of this one. Okay. Uh, any other issues that you are facing? you don't need to log into the firewall. Okay, so this is where you are trying to log into the firewall. First, you check whether you have connected to the firewall, ping and check. Okay, because this is the firewall IP. So first check whether your network connectivity is okay by pinging to this firewall. Okay, if the pinging is successful, you can log into the firewall. But in this workshop, we don't have anything to do with firewall configuration. It's already done. But to check the connectivity of the network, you can ping and check. Ping is fine, but not able to party devices. Okay, you must be able to party, no problem. So the problem is sometimes if you have to uh, you know that when if the your network setup is properly working, you can install party to the Windows XP computer. So as example, now I have installed party here. So you also can install Putty. When you are installing Putty, make sure that you are installing the version 0.76. Okay, this one. Okay. So actually you don't need to install it here to the Windows XP machine. What you can do is you can download it to your host machine. As example, now this is the Windows 10 I am using. So you can download 0.76 to your host machine and you can drag and drop. Okay, so you don't need to download it from the Windows XP. You download it to the your host computer and drag and drop like this to the uh, VM machine, Windows XP machine. Okay, so then you can run the setup. So then you will get the PuTTY to Windows XP. Because if you are going to download it from the Windows XP to the pfSense, it will take some time, but it will download anyway. But if you want to make it quick, download to your host computer and open C drive of the Windows XP and drag and drop the file and install. Okay. So if you have the PuTTY, I think if your network is working, you can log into the devices without any issue from here. Okay. Now as example, okay, I will check the password. So PuTTY is also working if you install it. Okay, so I hope that the network connectivity is okay for almost all of you. Okay, you better rename your joining names. Okay, as we already told you yesterday, it will become somewhat difficult to track you. So better to use the name that you have used to register for this event, and it will become much easier for us to track you and get the attendance. Okay. Any issues with the network setup? Okay, all are running. Okay, so if I brief what we have to do, you have to download the lab files, WK files, and you have to extract them to the C drive. Okay, you have to extract them to the C drive. From the WK files, you have to install Dynagen and WinPcap, and you will get this shortcuts here. But from that shortcut, you need just the dynamic server part. Then you have to go to the lab files. The lab files, you will see the campus network file. This is the file that you have to run. But before you run in this file, you have to make sure the dynamic server is running. So first of all, you have to run the dynamic server. Then it will be loaded like this. If in the first time, you will see only up to this. Okay, one portion of the output. After the successfully loaded, you can go to the campus network file and you can double click on that one, and it will also be loaded to your computer like this. Okay, and you can execute the command list. If it is take a lot of time, if it is take abnormal time to load, it may play 2 minutes, more than 1 minute, I ask you to close it again and run it again, both. Okay, this Dynagen file and the Dynamics, both you have to close both the command line and run it again, Dynamics server first, again the network file. Then you can execute the list command, and you will get all the devices that are running on our network. Okay, so so if you want to have a better idea about the network setup, this is the network setup that we are using. Okay, so the infrastructure is loaded, the underlying network infrastructure loaded using the Dynagen and Dynamics file. Okay, so you can get idea how the connectivity has been done using this diagram. Okay, so after that, you have to go to the VMware VirtualBox, and you have to import the VMwares or VMware machines that we have listed here. You can see there are 7 VMs for SmokeFin, pfSense Firewall, XP, Persona, Web Server, and Oxidize and Netbox. But all these things are not needed today. Depending on the session, we will instruct you which VMs are needed. But you have to import them to the VM VirtualBox. Okay. Now currently I am having Web Server, Oxidize, SmokePing, Windows, and pfSense. Okay. So do it and keep the devices switched off. Depending on the session, we will switch on whatever the devices we need. For the today, you need to run pfSense 2.6. Okay, Madhushankar, I will let you know. The pfSense you have to run, Windows SP you have to run. Okay, currently these two are the only devices you have to run for this workshop. Okay, then I believe you have to import the Smoke server as well. So if you already download the Smoke server, you have to import it like this. Okay. When you are importing, we have already given the instruction to generate new MAC addresses for the devices. Okay. So you can import a SmokePing server. The SmokePing that I am running is different one. This is for my testing purpose, but for today workshop, you have to import the Smoke SRV, which is you download. Okay, let's see what is there that Samira got. Samira, you better go with the instruction again. Okay, I think there may be some instruction that you have misconfigured. Otherwise, it should work. Okay, so hoping that everything is working as intended, we will start with the workshop. So today, our main focus is in this morning session to install the SmokePing. So before installing the SmokePing, I will give you a kind of idea, okay, about the SmokePing software. So now, so what SmokePing is doing? Okay, SmokePing keeps track of your network latency, and you can get, kind of a visualization is there. It's a graph. Okay, I will show you some screenshot of them while I'm doing this presentation. So you can see it has a graph, and you can see almost all the measurements using a kind of a colorful manner. Okay, and there are a lot of plugins that you can include into the SmokePing, and so as example, so this is how it looks like. Okay, so actually after configuring and after having kind of experience, you will get a better idea how this works. But in the first time when you are seeing this one, I know that you will not get a better idea. Now if I brief this one, now you can see here the medium round trip time is given, and the packet lost percentages is given, and even there are some colors that you can easily identify the chart. So now you can see here a lot of green color means the packet, the loss of the packet are somewhat limited. Okay, so the way that this chart is reading, we will do end of the session. So how it works? Okay, so how to read the SmokePing graph? Uh, it also explained in this slide. Okay, so actually it's sends the main base idea is actually using this server. We can ping to the other devices in our network. As example, now after you set up the SmokePing server, from the SmokePing server itself, you can send some probes. We call them probes to the other network devices. So your network devices, they are maybe in the same LAN where the SmokePing is. Maybe they are in some another data center. They are maybe those devices are maybe in another faculty. They may be in another rack. Okay, so these devices may be scattered in your network in different places. So what you can do is after installing the SmokePing software, you can add those devices to the SmokePing, and depending on the probes that you have set up in the SmokePing, it will regularly send packets out from the SmokePing server, and it will gather information round trip times, and it will going to calculate the median. It's like an average. Okay, let's say now you are sending 10 packets, and it will wait for all the 10 packets to return, and it will count the time it took one by one. Now as the first packet return within, let's say, 5 milliseconds, second packet return at 8 milliseconds, and the third packet maybe again 7 milliseconds. Likewise, there may be random times depending on the network traffic of your network. If you ask, when the server is sending 10 packets, the replies are also coming to the server, so it will take the median, okay, something like average, and it will draw the graph. So by looking at that, you can get the, okay, this is the median value. So as example, from the SmokePing server to web server. Okay, so how much time it took. Okay, so this time can be changed depending on the network traffic. Okay, so maybe in the morning you will get different value. In the peak time, it will get different value. So if you feel like your network is very slow, you can check it again, and you can see there may be packet loss as well. So everything you can collect from this graph, and you can customize this graph, and we will see how to do those things when we go through the session. Okay, so different RET are shown graphically as a lighter or darker shades of gray, the smoke. That is why. Okay, so it will show you like a smoke. The median value is in the middle, but the other values will be shown as a smoke covering the the median value. So after that, if we go with the smoke pin insulation, you have to steps are given here, and even our website today link, you can go through these things. The same informations are there. Okay, so you have to have the Ubuntu computer with you, and it need to have the access to internet. And please make sure to mute your mics, because it may be if you want to talk, only please switch on the microphone. Okay, so there are a lot of configuration files are involved with this smoke pin insulation. So the main file that after you install the smoke pin, if you want to change the appearance of the home page, okay, you can use this link, and there's HTML page, and you can change according to your requirement, but you can't go with the default setup, no issue. Okay, so in this workshop we are not going to talk about the appearance of the website. We are only going to talk about the technical aspects only. So after you install the smoke pin, it will create a few files inside the etc smoke pin config folder. You can see there's alert, database, general, probes, targets, likewise. So normally in this workshop, we are mostly editing the general, probes, and targets files. Actually, most of the time you are working with the target file, because as I told you, when you install the smoke pin, we have to define the targets where you have to send the packets. Okay, so from the smoke pin server, you have to send some packets, series of packets out, and it should go to some kind of a target, and it should be returned back to the smoke pin server. So adding the target is the main thing actually. So if you have a lot of targets, you have to add them sequentially into the target file. So after you add the target files only, the server start to send the packets to those targets and collect the information. Okay, so the first thing file is general file. The general file actually it doesn't contain any targets or something like. This is something like that you can customize the smoke pin setup. Now as example, now you can see you can update who is the owner of this server and what is the contact, and if there's a mail host or something like the general information you can add here. Now as example, let's say now you are from Peradeniya University, so you can add information about the Peradeniya University to this general file. Okay, so this is where the most important thing. After that, you have to go with the configuration of targets. Okay, so you have to access the target file, and you have to define what kind of probes that you are going to use. Now as example here you can see before we add the targets, we have to add what kind of probes that we are going to use. As example, what kind of packets that we are going to use to communicate with the targets. Now the probe is fping, that is the default one, and the base probe that used by the smoke pin. There are a lot of probes that you can add anyway. Okay, so fping is like you are trying to pinging to the targets, and it will get the replies from the targets, and depending on that time it took for those pings, you're going to draw the chart. Okay. Um, so we will do this sequentially. Okay, all the information has been given in our website. So now as example, now you can see the default probe is fping, but if you want to add more probes, you can do it manually. So you can override the default probe, something like this. Now as example, if you want to have a DNS probe, you can add it like this. The probe is DNS. Then for these hosts, the DNS probe will be used. Okay. So this is not a actually a difficult task. Only thing is you have to be familiar with this configuration file. Once you go 1 or 2 times with this configuration file, it will become very easy. But in the first time you are looking at this page or this configuration file, it may be somewhat confusing. But what you can do is you can open a notepad or some kind of text editor. You can edit the text there, and you can paste it to the configuration file very easily rather than opening it using a VIM or any other editor. So you can use another graphical editor or something and create the whatever the content, and you can paste them to the original file. Okay. So here, this is here it explain how to add the target. Okay, so now you can see as a now to create a hierarchy. Okay, now you know that top level, second level, third level, you can add. Okay, so that's why I'm telling you, once we are doing this practical, you will understand how these things will be added into the target file. Okay, you can customize them without any issue. For the host, you can use if you are okay with your DNS, you can use the DNS name. So it will resolve the DNS and ping to the IP, or else you can use the IP address as well. Okay, so in this workshop, I will be using IP address of the devices because it's more easy to do it in that way. Okay. Okay. So this is how it looks like after adding those configurations. Okay, so let's see. Okay, gradually we will see how these things are added into the configuration, and how these charts are automatically drawing by the smoking. Okay, so you can use this slideshow to get the idea when you are doing this one by yourself. You can refer this one, and you can get the idea how these configuration files are created. Okay. So you can see the default probe is fping. It's using for jitter, and delay will be calculated using the fping. So depending on the probes that you required, you can go and change the target file. Now as example, if you want to check DNS latency, you can change the probe as DNS, and you can add DNS servers, and you can check how much time it takes to get the DNS resolved. Okay, so these are the summary. Actually, it is a very powerful tool, and it uses very little of your CPU usage and the memory, and it can be integrated with other ticketing systems and those kind of things. And you can use these websites to refer the more details about smoking. Now as example, they have already created the demo websites that you can access and see. So this kind of this is our final target. Okay, So after we created our smoke ping server, we also be able to get this kind of output. Okay, so creating this menu. Okay, so we have to manually do this one because these links are created by that organization depending on the devices that they are having. Okay, so in our learn there we have a smoke ping server, so we will look at that also at the end of this smoke ping lab setup. Okay, so to get the idea about this one, now you can see this is the hierarchy. So these entries need to be added. Now when you loaded the smoke ping, there is nothing here. All these things are now these are the targets. Okay, now you can, this is the first level, second level, likewise. That is what we are going to do today. Okay, we are going to install the smoke ping and we are going to create this hierarchy. So all these are targets. Okay, you can see root name servers. Okay, so creating this menu, we will see. So that is what mainly described here, how to create that menu. Okay, that's that hierarchy here. This is how you are going to create that hierarchy. After you create this hierarchy, you will get this. Okay, this part. So you have to get idea. Okay, you need to know what you're going to do. That is why I'm showing this one. Okay, so installing the server and creating this hierarchy is the main thing that we are going to do, like this targets. So those are the targets that added by in this demo. Okay, hoping that it's clear. Now we can start with the installation. Okay, as I told you, first of all you have to import the appliance to the VirtualBox manager. Okay, for the moment I'm going to switch off this one. Okay, okay, so this is as example I will show you. This is already a setup that I have already done. So if you go to the Windows XP, okay, I am showing you the final expectation of our workshop. Okay, so this is what you're going to do after you install successfully this smoke ping. When you access the server 10.1.5.12, okay, smoke ping. Okay, so this is the final output of our workshop today. Okay, so after completing this session, you must be able to do this. Okay, you have to log into this server, to the smoke pin, and you will see the devices according to our lab setup. Now, as example, this is the web server that we are running on here. Okay, this web server. Okay, so we are going to install the smoking ping to this FAC1, connected to the FAC1. Okay, so then you will see network devices. Okay, you can see border routers. You can see FAC1, FAC2, FAC1, BLD1 here. So all those things are running on our network. Okay, now you have already switched on these devices. Only thing is we have to add those as targets into the smoke ping. After you add them, you can see they are also communicating with this smoke ping and it will give some smokes here. Okay, and you can see PFS and firewall. So this is the output that comes from the PFS firewall. Okay, and even we can check the for the remote HTTPS. Likewise, let's say google.com, our learn website. Okay, because I just switch on these devices, a lot of smokes you can't see. Okay, and DNS latency. Okay, so those kind of things we can add to this one. So this is what we are expecting end of this session. So as we already told you, you have to do this lab and you have to send the screenshots. So these are the screenshots that we are expecting end of the session. Within 1 or 2 days, you have to send to screenshots of these images. So we know that you have already done this. Okay, so this is our final expectation of today morning workshop. So you will be able to do this. Okay, if you follow the instruction that are in the website, you will be able to come to this level. This is the final output that you can get. Okay, so for the moment I will switch off that computer because it is already configured. Okay, so I'm going to switch off that one because that is already configured one now. But the smoke server that you have imported to a VirtualBox is not set up. Okay, it is just empty server. It is not installed with smoke ping. So this one. So you have to install smoke ping to this smoke server. Okay, so all the required details are already given in the website. So as we did last time, I prefer that one of you volunteer and you can share your screen and you can do the configuration, because if I do it again, I think it will become just a demonstration. So now you have got the instruction in the website and you got all the tools that you required, and I have given you the demonstration as well, and I have proved you that it is correctly working. So everything is here, everything you saw. So I hope this is now your chance, one or two of you, if you can start this smoke server, and if you can follow the instruction, that's better rather than doing it again by me. Okay, so if you go to the WS website, okay, here in the smoke ping setup, all the instructions are given. Okay, here if you go to this one, I have asked you to import the downloaded Ubuntu smoke ping, because yesterday in the workshop I told you have to download all the VMs. Okay, so you can import them. Actually this part is optional. Okay, because this has been given as a help to you if you are going to customize your setup, lab setup in future, to get idea how those things need to be done. But for the moment, remember, you don't need to change anything. Okay, you have to start with this. Okay, command. Okay, this is where you have to start. Okay, so the password is 1234 for the server. The user name is user. I think those have been given in the EM machine itself. Okay, here you have this in the description. The username password has been given. The username is user. The password is 1234. Okay, all the information is already set up. So I believe you can start the installation. After you switch on the Smoke server, uh, you must be able to ping to the internet. Okay, you can try to ping to the 8.8.8. Okay, you can check the connectivity because the packages need to be downloaded from the internet. Now you can see it is downloading. Sorry, it's pinging to the internet, and you can check whether your name resolvement is correctly working or not. You can ping to www.google.lk or something. And if you got this error, temporary failure in name resolution, the instructions are given here. So what you can do is you can execute this command. Okay, systemctl restart systemd resolve service, and the name resolvement will be okay. Then you can start with the installation, because you have to download packages, so the name resolution need to be worked there. Okay, username and password is user, password is 1234. All the instructions are here actually in the instruction, in the sense in the description of the Smoke server. You can see the username and password is given. So username is user, password is 1234. So systemctl restart okay, after you restart resolve service, you can again try to ping, then you will get the replies. Okay, okay guys, any one of you can share your screen, because this should work, huh? So try to ping to the 8.8.8 after switch on the Smoke server, and try to ping to with the DNS name. I will most of the time, if you get that error, use this command systemctl restart systemd resolve service, then it will start to ping into the outside. Then it's a not that much hard work, you know. You can see only few commands we have to execute to uh, to install the Smoke ping. Okay, anyone who can share your screen? Okay, last time we had two volunteers and they shared their screen and they gave us a support. Okay, the OpenSSH is already set up, no problem. Okay. So if someone can share their screen and continue, that's better. Okay. So it become somewhat interesting because it makes sure that you are doing this one. You can install Putty on the Windows XP if you want. When you are installing, make sure that you are installing Putty 0.76. Okay. Not okay. Okay. Just give me 1 second, Pramudita. Pramudita, now you can try to share your screen. Uh, Pramudita, you can share a screen. Okay. Using the share screen button of the Zoom. Anyone else that like to share your screen? Because we love to see that. Okay, because it's make us more, because because we have 86 participants, I believe there may be other people who are willing to do this, because that is not that kind of a difficult task. Okay, you have to just run some apt install commands. Chamika has got an error. So that is actually something that goes with, yeah, it says already exists, no? So Chamika, try to check again, because just by looking at only this error, I can't get a clue what's actually happening. But it seems like because you have already, maybe you are in the last workshop as well. Maybe you have already have this virtual box running on your virtual box. So if you can shut down it, or you can remove that one, that's better, I believe. So no volunteers. You are at least you are doing this one. Can we get a replies from you whether you are doing this one or not? Because if you are not doing this one again, doing it again by us is not a, because we want you to do this. Yeah, this error, I told you, the first thing, you have, who is this, the message? Premanath. Premanath, you are getting this error. Okay. Okay, Pamudita is doing this one. Okay, okay. Yeah, Pamudita, you can stop pinging from the smoke server now. It's already Control C. Yeah, it means you are. Can you ping to Google and check whether your name resolvement is working?
For Premalath, I think there should be some network connectivity issue. That is why he's getting this. He cannot connect to the Ubuntu repositories. So Premalath, can you check the network connectivity from your machine, Smoke machine? I think.
And again, Premnath, did you execute that command in the website, the first command? Yeah, you put you Control C, please. Okay. Go to the website, the instruction page. WS for website, our workshop website. Okay, then upon it's doing that one. Okay, he got okay. wslearn.sok. Pramudita, can you share it again? Can you go to the WS website, the website that we have the instructions? In the chat, you can find the website. Go to the chat. ws.learn.ac.lk. If you check the chat of our Zoom session, you can get it. Yeah, that one. Yeah, got the network measurement, not that one, network management. Agenda, smoking setup. You have to follow these instructions. Okay. So if you have a temporary issue with the name resolvement, please issue that command systemctl restart systemd resolved service. You have to do it on the yeah, that one. First, yeah, first you have to log in as the root user sudo. Yeah, then the password is 1234. Then run this command systemctl restart. Now try to ping to the host name google.com. Ping to the google.com. Okay, I hope now it's work. Okay, now you can try apt update. Control C. Okay, seems it's okay now. Uh, Okay. Anyone else who have already configured this part can share the screen and we can continue from there onwards. I believe some of who have already done this part. Okay. Okay, Prabhat is doing. Okay, continue, Prabhat. Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Have some error after enable is copy. I send the image of for the chat.
Let
Service
me
is
check.
not native. Service is not a native service. That's the error.
Let's check. Here you have to select the no configuration. The instructions are given in the site. Okay, Prabhat, you can try from the web browser of the Windows XP. You can go to the Windows XP machine. Okay. Okay, I will share my screen with you because there are some people have asked some questions. Because Prabhat, I think if you have seen the Prabhat presentation or his screen, everything worked without any issue if you follow the instructions. So anyway, I will share my screen with you so then I can give you a proper idea. So this is the Windows XP machine. As I told you, if you want, you can directly work with the console of the Smoke Ping or the Smoke server, or you can install PuTTY to the Windows XP. I have given the link also. You can SSH to the Smoke server, and from there also you can work. So that's what I have done here. So I have installed PuTTY to the Windows XP. From there I connect to that one and I do the configuration. So all the instructions, I again followed the same instruction. Okay, the same instruction that you have followed up to now. I have followed. Now it's system start smoke ping. So this is where I stopped. Okay, this is where. Now if you come up to this level, it means now without any issue, it means the smoke ping is now correctly installed into your system. Now what you have to do is, now you have to access the web interface of the smoke ping. Okay, to do that, definitely you have to go to the Windows XP. Okay, you have to switch on the Windows XP computer. Okay, on the Windows XP computer, the Opera browser installed. Okay, so let me, because this is something that cached into the server. Okay, so you can try to ping to the smoke ping server. IP address is 10.1.5.12. You can check the connectivity. Then you can see the XP computer can communicate with the smoke ping server. Then what you can do is you can use a browser. Okay, using a browser, you can try to log into that web page. Okay, because this is, I think it's already cached there. There's an issue because I have already connected to a different one. So I'm going to copy this link. And paste here. The IP address need to be the 10.1.5.12. Okay, so this is what you will see. Okay, so this is the initial website that you will experience if you have done the configuration or the installation correctly. So you will come to this site, because you can see there are no any targets. The hierarchy is not there. Okay, so this is something that you have to create, but you have come to this level means your smoke ping is correctly working without any issue. So I want you to come to this level to continue with the other setup. So can you share any screenshots that you have? Don't get the screenshot of this one and share. Okay, I need your PC's screenshot. Okay, so if you come to this level, can you share your screenshots, because you can get the capture the screenshot and you can share it. If you are using Windows 10 or 8 or something, you can use snipping tool and you can capture like this and you can share it in the chat window. Okay, so it will make sure that you have done the installation correctly. Any, okay, so let's see whether we get the good news. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I believe this is not my screenshot. Okay, okay, so if you come to this level means that's good. Okay, it means we can continue with the other setup. Okay, so 2 people have shared their screenshots. That's good. So it means that our effort is successful. Actually, it means come up to this level, even though others are having some issues. It proves that if you do according to the instruction, you can successfully do this. Okay, so keep these screenshots. Yeah, okay, that's a good sign. People are getting the required output. Okay, okay, I believe others also can come to this level, because all the instructions are clearly given in the instruction page. Okay, Yeah, good. So this proves that our underlying network also working. Okay, the Dynamics, Dynagen, and the routers, switches, everything has the correct configuration. That's why you will get this one. Though it's little bit slow, but eventually you must get this window. Okay. Then it's a matter of changing some files. Okay. So those who are come to this level, you can continue with the other configuration. So I hope that part is not going to be that much difficult, because just editing some files are there. Okay, so my recommendation is install PuTTY, because by installing PuTTY you can SSH into the smoke server. Then you can easily copy and paste the command. But if you are going to use the console window, copy and paste is not that much easy. Okay, because I have given you the URL for the PuTTY in the chat window. You can download it. Okay, if you want it again, I will share it, because you have to use the 0.76 version due to we are using Windows XP. Okay, as I told you, you can download this into your host machine. You don't want to download this into the Windows XP. You can download this into your Windows 10 machine, what we are using, and from that one you can drag and drop into the Windows XP machine. Okay, as an example, now if you download it to a normal download folder, the host computer. Yeah, that is what I'm explaining, Abdul. Okay, first you download the PuTTY 0.76. I have shared this link here. You download it to your host computer, not to the Windows XP. After you download it, you can get the desktop of the Windows XP computer, and you can go to the C drive of the Windows XP, and from here you can drag and drop like this. Here you can see, you can drag and drop this one from your host computer to the Windows XP, rather than downloading it to the Windows XP directly. After that, you execute that one, double click and install, next, that's all. Okay, then you will get the PuTTY icon here. If it is not in the desktop, you can find it in the start menu, right click, send it to desktop, and you will get the shortcut here. From there, you can telnet to not SSH to 10.1.5.12. The IP address is 10.1.5.12, the smoke ping server's IP. You can easily find it by going to the console of the smoke ping and type IP space add. Then it will show you the IP 10.1.5.12. So SSH into that one. Then you will get a screen, and your username is user, password is 1234. Then you will come to this window, so it will become much easier because you can copy and paste the command. I hope you are continuing. Okay, that's better. Even Manoj has got the expected result, and Sachitra, let's see. Okay, Sachitra also got the output. That's better. So then adding and changing the files. Okay, so it will change the appearance of this website. Okay, you will add some menus here. Okay, currently it will get only one, which is a local machine. Local machine means the machine that we are currently running. Okay, okay, so this is just a one default menu. but you can add more items once you are following these instructions. Okay, so these are the files. Okay, files that's with the smoke ping. Okay, you can use any your preferred editor. I am using VIM, but if you want, you can Nano, you can VI, you can use anything. But if VIM is not installed by default, you can use VI as well or Nano. So depending on your preference, you can use. Hoping to see some menu items you have added. Those who have get the website working, please continue and share some screenshots that you have added the menu items. Even you can change the appearance of the front page. Welcome to Smoke Ping website. Like all these things you can change using general tab. Maintained by this one also you can change. Anyone who has changed these lines and things using the general tab? Not general file actually. The tab general line, general file. Okay, while you are doing, I'm also going to do. Okay, so you have to go to this folder. If you are using Putty bit easy, okay, then you can find what are the content of the folder and you will see alerts, database, general, presentation, probes, and a lot of commands, a lot of files are there. So you're going to change the general file. Okay, so this is general file. I am using VIM editor. Okay, so depending on the editor that you are using, the keys that you have to use is different. So now as example here, I'm going to change the owner. Let's say owner, you have to change, sorry, owner. Say learn. Okay, so contact. Let's say Tuan at okay. CGRVL is there. Okay, and then after that you have to restart the smoke ping. You can change according to your requirement. Huh? So then you can refresh the website. Now you can see it's maintained by Learn. Okay, so that has been changed. Okay, maintained by Learn. It's changed. And you can change the alerts files as well. If you have a, you know, if you have aim to get some emails from that one, but we didn't configure any postfix here. But if you have a mail server, you can configure that one as well. Yeah, you are getting this error when you are editing the files. Remember, you have to make sure you are the spaces and the everything need to be. Actually, you can find the error by executing this journal ctl xc. After you execute this command, you will see what is the issue with your file. Okay, please run this command journal ctl -xc and it will show you where the error is. Okay. Now I will show you how to edit the target file. So Abdul, the systemctl restart system resolved is not related to this issue. This actually this is an issue that goes with the name resolution. If you can't ping to the 88 from Windows XP, means there is a kind of a problem with your Dynamics or Dynagen configuration. If your there is a problem with your network connectivity through the Dynamics. So by trying this one is not going to help you with that one. So this is a problem with the network setup. First of all, you have to correct the network connectivity issue. After that one only, this is needed in the Ubuntu smoke ping server. So without getting Windows XP up and running with pfSense, other things that you are doing is not going to work. First of all, you can try to concentrate on the things that you have to do with the Dynamics and Dynagen to make it work. Okay, then only this will be successful. Okay, then you can edit the targets file. Okay. So here in target file, you can see if you get the idea with your website. Now, welcome to the smoke ping website for the company, and those kind of things are here. So if you change these titles and those kind of things will be effect to the appearance of the website. Okay, before editing the this file, try to get an idea how it actually works. Now you can see the menu top and title, network latency graph, and you can see where those things are visible in the website. And remark, welcome to the SmokePing website, and you can see where it appears. Okay, and local, now you can see where the local part here, and title, local network, even though that is not shown here. Okay, and local machine. So once you click on this local, you will see the sub menu. So the plus sign is for the top menu, double plus sign the second level. If you want to go like third line, third level, like that, you can use this one. That is why I told you the PDF that I have shared in the beginning of the this workshop will be helpful for you to understand how this file is created. But the same instructions are given in the here as well. You can see what you have to do, and it's just adding these things. Once you go 1 or 2 times with this file, you will get the idea what this plus sign does, and what this title does, and what this menu is doing, and what is it. Yeah, that is something. It will take 5 or 10 minutes to get familiar with this text file. Okay, then I don't think that it will become a huge problem. But make sure the IP addresses and the things that you are typing, entering here, have the correct indentations and correct spaces and those kind of things. Otherwise, it will give errors. Okay, so after getting the error, by reading the description of the error, you may will find the issue, and you can rectify that one. Okay, because a lot of resources are here. In the end of the this one, we have given you the documentation as well, because we can't include all the things in this workshop. So this is just a it's like a guidance. Okay, like a lesson or kind of a presentation that we are giving to you to get the idea and how it works. So if you need to know more information about this configuration and these things, they always better to go with the official website documentation and try to read them and get the idea, because it's something that you have to improve. That is some kind of a skill that you have to improve as a network people. Okay, so reading technical documentation and understanding is a part of our job. So it's better to practice and improve that skill. Okay, so let's see. I believe that you are doing with me this one. So now I'm going to change here. So as I am using VIM editor, okay. Okay, so you can here you can change according to your requirement. Let's say here, okay, learn. That is what I'm going to change in the beginning. We'll see whether it's going to be reflected here. And you have to restart the SmokePing again. Okay, there's an error now. It says SmokePing service. If you come up with this service error, you can execute this one and get the idea what is happening. Okay, control process. Yeah, define system D. So failed state result exit code system D. Okay, we'll see what is the issue here. So now it says there is a line 1 table syntax error. So that is why I'm telling you. So when you are changing this one, you have to be very careful. So the syntaxes need to be followed. Otherwise, it will give you errors. Okay. Let's try to find it. Let's go to the yeah, there's a accidentally I delete one star mark. I will show you where the error is. So again, I'm going to insert, and here I believe that accidentally I deleted one star mark here. That could be the issue. So I'm going to add it again, and I'm going to save it. Okay, escape. And again, I'm going to restart the service, smoke ping. Okay, it seems now it's working. Okay, that's why. Okay, if you have done any mistake in the editing the file, it will give you error. So again, let's go to the website and check. Okay, now it's reflected here. Now it's become a learn company. Okay. So likewise, when you are, please be very careful when you're editing the file. If you get the error, how to view the error will be given in here, the journal controls C you can run, and you can get idea about how it works. Okay, so in the beginning of this workshop and even yesterday, I explained you that what are the requirements that you have to do, and I told you that you have to run the pfSense. I think I have mentioned it nearly 10 or 20 times, and today morning also I told you that the pfSense need to be running on the network, and without it you can't connect to the internet. Okay. So if you have joined the meeting in the given time, and if you have joined for the sessions, the instruction we have already given to you. But if you have participate to the sessions late, or if you haven't participated for the all the sessions, you may miss our instructions. So it is not actually a problem from our side. We have given all the instruction clearly. That is why most of the people have successfully done this. So if you didn't participate to the yesterday sessions and today morning, maybe you have missed some instruction from us. So due to that, you will not be able to do this correctly. Okay. Okay. So try to join to the session at the given time, and if you miss something, you better get it from our videos as well, or you can contact our instructors and get the help. Okay. So now anyone who have go beyond this level, those who have added these targets? Okay, a lot of screenshots are here. I will check them. Okay, good. Few people have add DMC website. It's good. When you are adding the DMC website, please make sure that DMC or the web server is running on your VMware. So you will get some smoke, but it will take some time. Okay. You can add the faculty one and those routers as well. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of screenshot. Let me check. Okay, it's very happy to see that you are doing this one. Yeah. So who is this? I missed the name, but whoever actually he has done great work. Actually, he has had even DNS latencies. So that's good. Okay. Actually, as you know, we are doing this for you. So it's happy to see that you are doing this one. So it make us very, kind of it's encouragement for us that at least few people are doing this. Okay, so it makes us very happy because whatever the effort that we have done to make it success, you are getting something out of that one. So very happy actually. I think Asanka has done a great job. Thank you very much, Asanka, for these replies, because it also become encouragement for the others, I believe, because it shows that this is working. Okay, so others also you can try this. Okay, you can it proves that this is working. That is the most important thing here. Okay. So even though I didn't add all those things I showed you in the beginning of the workshop, if you correctly add those things to this smoke ping server, you will get the probes from the desired locations. Okay, so for the DNS latency, you need to connect to the internet. pfSense should be work there. Through the pfSense, you must be able to go to the internet. Smoke ping should be ping into the internet. Then you will see this DNS probes as well. So actually, a lot of people have got the desired output. So keep them with you, because we need these things as a proof to check that you have participated and you have done this. Okay, so Asanka, actually thank you for your support, because it has become kind of a motivation for others as well, because it is working. Okay, and let's see, Ruan also sent some. You are trying to tell net still, no? Okay, okay. Yeah, this is how you have to tell it to the smoke ping server. Okay. Anyone else other than Asank who has successfully completed this one? Having at least one person is good, okay, for the moment, because it proves that our instructions are working. Anyone else who has got the required output like Asanka has done? It's a matter of changing this target file, and all the instructions are given there. Okay, so you can easily follow these instructions and you can make it success. Okay, even you can copy and paste this one into target file, but when you are copy and paste, be somewhat mindful and do that one. Okay, without typing everything. If you have SSH into the Smoke Ping server, you can directly copy and paste them, and very easily you can get the required output. Okay, but please be mindful what you are doing. Okay, just copy and paste will not going to give you any idea what is happening there. Okay. Okay, Prabhat also having something. Okay, he has got Uva University part into the website. So I believe he can also continue. Anyone else? We need final screenshots like this. Now you can see Asanka has sent a lot of screenshots. So we are expecting something like that from you all within 2 or 3 days. Okay, the instruction to send the emails I will be added to the workshop. Okay, so then you can send those screenshot to us, then we will review that one before considering you for a certificate, for the attendance or the participation certificate. Sachitra, let's see what the Sachitra is saying. No, this is not the thing, no? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to save it. Okay. Yeah, it's Sachitra send the web server. Okay. So it will take some time to get the replies from the web server. So if you are running the web server, make sure that web server is running on the your VirtualBox as well. You will definitely get replies from the fact1, fact2, and all those things because they are currently running. But if you want to get the replies from the web server, make sure the web server is also running in the VirtualBox. Okay, web server needs to be run because the web server is here, so you have to get the packets from there. Okay. Okay. Manoj also got the first insight. Okay, that's good. Okay. It means that you can follow this instruction very carefully, and you can get it run. Okay. Okay, so now we have worked with the lab environment. So like in the lab environment, you can't see a lot of pings and DNS and those kind of replies, and you can't get that much of smoke or the what were the graph. Okay, so so to get the real time experience, you have to work with something that running for a long time. So then even you can get output, and you can compare the result between 1 year, or maybe that kind of historical data also you can get from a real system. So because of that, without without limiting to this lab setup, we will experience the real Smoke Ping server that we are running on the Learn. So it has a lot of information that gathered throughout these years. So Mr. Lalanta will give you a brief idea, and he will take over the session for another 15 minutes to show you our real Smoke Ping server that we are running on Learn. So with that one, I believe you will get a better visualization or better idea how it really works. So, so I will hand over the session to Mr. Lalanta. So he will show you the real or the currently running SmokeLink server that we are handling in Learn. Okay. So guys, hold for 1 minute. Mr. Lalanta is experiencing some kind of a technical issue.
Yeah, I hope you can see my screen as well. This is the Learn SmokeLink graph, and as you can see, we have categorized several our graphs in several categories. So yeah, normally in your institute we have set up access routers. So we will see one of the we'll go through the graph and select a graph for more details. So these are SmokeLink graphs of different each universities and institutes. So as you can see, in the y-axis of this graph shows the seconds. Actually, in seconds, in milliseconds, the latency, and it shows the latency distribution over the time of each graph. So, and there's also legend for showing the graph round trip time, the average median time, and average loss, and average standard deviation, and average median to average standard deviation to proportion. So likewise, so in these graphs actually we can't see in detail things. So you can just see the latency, and you can see some smoke here. So we'll get to some graph where I can explain more. Okay, in this graph, Ministry of Higher Education access router graph, and you can see a lot of smoke here. So actually, smoke here means how the what amount of variation in latency. That means these green lines are actually, this is the median value. It means when SmokeLink server send 20 ICMP that pin packets to that monitoring router, for every 300 seconds, that's every 5 minutes. So from those 20 packets, ICMP packets, we can, it can be, all are not similar values. They can vary from different values. Like in here, so the minimum round trip time is going from 1 millisecond round to 13 millisecond, like 12 millisecond. So those 20 packets are distributed in that time range. So we, to create the graph, so graph is actually this green line, green or whatever the line, colored line comes with. So the green line is the actual the median value of those packet distribution. So out of 20, we calculate the median from those 20 packets. So we get the median round trip value. So we draw, so it draws the, so in this case, in this first time slot, so the median value is something between 8 and 9 milliseconds. So in the second time slot, it is around 5 milliseconds. So likewise, in each slot there will be it shows data for 20 ICMP packets. So here smoke, with the smoke you can get the maximum and minimum round trip time. So in this first time slot, you can see, as I explained, the lowest and the highest round trip times. So lowest is around 1 millisecond, and the highest is will be around 12 or 13 milliseconds. So actually, this traffic, this access router traffic is not actually healthy traffic. So if it is a healthy router, healthy router, it has a healthy traffic utilization, there should be minimum smoke. So I will show, actually we saw earlier some routers with minimum smokes. So in these routers, there will be minimum smoke, no smoke. So there's no packet latency variations. So that is very important. But this graph has some drawbacks, that this traffic has some drawbacks. Actually, I will come to that later, that these colored lines, red and blue and colors, we'll select another graph. Yeah, this is another our access router. So in this graph, there's a lot of smoke we can see, and that is not good anyway. And because there's a lot of variations in latency. So, and not only that, there's also some we can see blue colored lines. Actually, this color means the color shows how much the packet loss is there. So when it comes to green, green is okay. That means there's 0 packet loss. So when it comes light blue, dark blue, purple, and come to red, so there will be more packet losses. So actually, when we what we all need is when we browsing internet, you're using downloading something, what we all need is a throughput. Actually, throughput is the not the band. Throughput is not similar same as the bandwidth. Throughput is actually the actual data rate at a given time. So actual data rate. So the packet loss and the latency are the most effective, most effective factors that affect on throughput. So if the latency and the packet losses are higher, so we will face we will face low throughput. So facing low internet traffic. So actually so we can see why these in this graph. Yeah, there are different graph for different time periods. So this first graph is the 3-hour graph, the most recent graph, and this one is 30-hour graph, and likewise we can see yearly graph also for lasting for 1 year. And in this graph you can see there are certain times that these smokes and packet losses happen. So we can assume, we can say, let's go to our Learn has some internet traffic bandwidth monitoring graphs. We'll see why these packet losses happen. So yeah, so this is the last router that we went for. In this graph, as you can see, their subscribe bandwidth is 10 Mbps. So but right now the traffic is almost filled and saturated. So as you can see, red lines. So traffic is saturated for more than 1 hour. So this means this situation is a congested situation. That means this situation is not recommended. As you can see, we recommend around 75% of bandwidth utilization out of the subscribe bandwidth. So it should be 7.5 Mbps. So we normally it is not recommended to use bandwidth beyond that. So in a congested situation, you actually in such kind of situation you experience these type of packet losses and high latency. So congestion, the network congestion is one of the major reason that packet losses and high latency causes. So that's why we don't recommend, and we ask you to keep bandwidth utilization below the 75% of the subscribe bandwidth. So you can, as you can, we can imagine, we can see these graphs, these packet losses come in certain times. When we see, when we go through these graphs, so at the daytime, when the when the access router utilize or access router traffic is congested, we can as congested, these packet losses and high latency happens. So other causes, some causes of packet losses may be some faulty devices and some maybe router software issues, maybe configurations issues or something like that. So there may be or maybe the hardware hardware capability, that router switch hardware capability may be a causes for the packet losses and latency. Actually, these graphs also shows in the legend the median round trip time, and so also the max round trip time and minimum round trip time, and likewise some statistical data. So, and also similar with the packet loss, it shows around the average packet loss, max packet loss, and minimum likewise. So mainly we can observe, we can monitor packet losses and latency through the smoke beam. So we can troubleshoot any throughput issues on your network. I think that's all I have to tell about smoke beam.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lanta, for that detailed descriptions. I believe everyone can got a better idea what exactly smoking is doing, because even though we are experienced this one in the lab environment, maybe you didn't get that much of information from our lab environment. So the explanation that given by the Mr. Lanta is very informative, and I believe you got a real idea and how these graphs are being read and how to get the information out of that one. So I encourage you to continue with the lab setup and finish it off and get the information from the lab devices and try to implement this setup in your institutions and try to get some kind of advantage from the knowledge that we are sharing. So in the evening session, Mr. Lanta will going to teach you about the another monitoring software, or not the monitoring, actually performance measuring software, the FOAP-Sona. So that also become very helpful tool in your network infrastructure. So if you have any questions about this smoke ping setup, you can forward them as well. So we will go through the error messages and the things that you have shared with this chat box, and we will try to inform or the help as much as possible. But again, I am encouraging you to go through our instructions and always try to get the information that are shared by the instructor and do the work. So it will become, I think, successful, because most of the people have got the required results. So whenever you get the error, you try to troubleshoot it by yourself as much as possible. The Google is there and YouTube is there. There's a lot of resources out there. So just get in the error and just don't pass it to us, because I believe as network people and the people with experience, you know that you can try to rectify that error by yourself by doing some researches as well. So still, if you can't, forward to us. So depending on the case, we will try to help you. But you know that there are a lot of people out here, so we will have to get to you one by one, depending on the error. So we'll here to help, but it doesn't mean that you don't want to try. You can try, as I told you. You try with the Google and try to find the answers. So this is how even we are learning. So okay, so we will get the lunch break now. While you are having the lunch break, you can pass the question that you're having. We will go through them and try to answer them. So at 1:30, we are starting the Persona Lab. Please try to be on the time and join with your registered name as well. And if you have any delay to join in the session, maybe you will miss some instructions by the instructor, then you will not be able to do the lab correctly. So that is your responsibility to join the session at the given time and listen to the instruction that are given by the instructor. Okay, then we'll meet after the 1:30 at about 1:30 p.m. after lunch break. Thank you very much for joining for this session.